Are there any local music festivals or events I should participate in? Maybe
None.
any coming up recently?
Stay away. Stay away from them.
Don't do that. Don't highlight yourself. Don't get out there in the public. Don't.
Too much competition already.
You got to make them want you.
Too many bands out there
You
already.
got to make them want you.
Last thing we need is
How
more
are they
musicians.
going to miss you if you never go away?
That's right. That's right. See?
So definitely don't go to Hashioka.
Well, no, now, because here's the thing.
That's a one-day show. Not quite a
Hashioka,
festival.
that's a one-day show. This is not a multi-night
That's
festival. Hashioka is a one-time event. And if you do not get there on that Sunday afternoon, here's what's going to happen. You're not going to see the show. Did you hear me, little Leon? You're not going to see the show. And so you want to get there. You want to be there at Hashioka. And really, we're having fun tonight with bad advice.
Bad advice.
But the fact is that bad advice is sometimes your best advice, except when it comes down to this. Be at Hashioka. That's good advice right there.
Absolutely.
Don't you agree? Yay! Welcome to the Tulsa Sound Podcast. And I am your host, Mr. Eric.
And I'm Oscar Padron. Welcome to the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Welcome with our
Here we go again, guys.
Pre-Hashioka, pre-4th of July show
The Summer
extravaganza.
Solstice show, man.
Summer
Strawberry
solstice.
moon in the air last night.
Oh man, it was hot, baby.
Did you get out and look at the strawberry moon?
I did. I went out and looked at the strawberry moon. I fell down the stairs and got a big strawberry on my leg. So I feel like, it was great. It was.
Take you
I felt
home
like I was living the reality.
I'll come over and doctor you later with some Camphofenique.
Hello. Anyway, folks, we're coming to you tonight because we want to bring you a number of things, and of course, we do have our big show 1 week from tomorrow. That's June 30th. Hashioka.
Coming to you live at the Venue Shrine.
At the Venue Shrine. Now I want to really point out, it's at the Venue Shrine. A lot of people have asked me, where is your show? And I've said, well, it's not in Albert Hall. It's not at the Madison Square Garden. No, it's at the Venue Shrine.
Fabulous Venue Shrine.
So we are hoping that you all get to come out. I don't think that you can find a wider variety of Tulsa sounds in one place than at Hashioka on June 30th.
It's going to be lots of vendors. It's going to be lots of fun stuff.
Lots of fun stuff.
Now, we
lots
beat
of
you to death
people.
last week with the Hashioka stuff, but this week we're going to talk about a lot of things. We've got the farmers market to discuss.
Beat you to death with a bunch of things.
That's right. We're going to talk a little bit of Tulsa rock and roll history as we discuss the movie Roadie.
Roadie.
Yeah, Mr.
Roadie.
Roadie. In the notes this week, I misspelled the word roadie hundreds of times.
It's okay. Well, if you can turn that autocorrector on, but it probably wouldn't catch it,
I kept correcting the autocorrector.
There you go.
I was like, no, I know how to spell it.
Yeah, well, we are into summer now, guys. We just had, last night was the longest day, and so tonight is the second...
Summer solstice.
The second longest... Well, anyway, but yeah, it's...
So tonight on the broadcast, we're going to bring you a hot video from Jonny Mullenax and his band from the Bluegrass Brunch down at the Mercury Lounge on Sundays. We're going to bring you a little bit of Cassie Latshaw doing her thing on Fridays from down there at the Mercury. And we've got a cut from Travis Kidd and the Red Dirt Rangers doing a little song about summertime.
Boy, this guy works all week long on these shows. I tell you, I come down here to the studio, I don't know if I'm crap. And I'm like, wow, look at that. You've got this great show, so let's do it.
That's right.
So
you're in for it. I want you guys to roll one up, go to the fridge, get some snacks. It's time time.
It's time. So
For the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
we're going to look at a couple of little commercials here, and then we will be right back. Remember, it's Friday night. Case night in the city.
Yes.
Play night, and I came to play. We will be right back with
Solstice
Tulsa
Fields,
Sound
Strawberry Moon.
Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
Oh, well, in that case, could I have the other Whopper with extra ketchup?
Sure. We can serve your rolled beef Whopper fresh with everything on topper. Any way you think is proper, have it your way.
Oh, no. I'm walking on earth, for I left all my blue days behind. I learned how to care, and there's love, really love on my mind. I'm the world's most happy creature, tell me what can worry be. I'm crazy about my baby, the baby's crazy about me. Mr. Kid, big boss, the teacher, that's the reason we agree, so don't disagree. I'm crazy about my baby, the baby's crazy about me.
Hey, we are back with the Tulsa Sound Podcast tonight, and we are on episode 15. Can you believe
15.
it? What is our saying there, Oscar?
Let's get your life together.
That's right. We're working on it
That's right.
every
Get your life
day.
together. So here at the Tulsa Sound Podcast, we keep up with what's going on in town. We aggregate the Tulsa Sound. We collate the Tulsa Sound. And we keep our ear to the street to bring this news to you. And in doing so this week, it's my sad duty to report the loss of Paul Meek from Mohawk Music.
Yes, Paul was a friend to all Tulsa Sound.
Yes, he
and
was.
had originally been a part of a Starship family and then went on to form Mohawk Music. Has so absolutely critical at that juncture 15, 20 years ago when the Tulsa Sound was really taking off for its 21st century experience. And his love of music, his love of everything here in Tulsa helped him to expand. He ended up with stores all over the place.
That's true. He had one in Dallas. He had one in Austin as well, I believe.
Well, there you go.
But, when Paul opened up Mohawk Music, Tulsa needed a Mohawk Music.
Yeah.
It really did. And so there were...
And he went to business right over there by where Peaches was, so
Yeah,
we
and
all knew
I
where
used
it
to
was
work-
when we was
well,
drunken.
it was Peaches, and then it became Buttons, and then it became a Blockbuster, and I worked there through all three incarnations. So I
Yeah.
worked across the street from Mohawk Music, and on our breaks, I'd go outside and I'd go walk over there. Of course, I didn't spend much money over there because we were a record store and we had all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I see. So you were like a
But
mole.
no, well, see, Paul could always order things that we couldn't get. And I remember ordering a Perry Farrell movie through him.
Oh, buddy.
And other things like that. Obscure selections, German imports. He was great about Japanese imports.
I'm turning Japanese.
Well, and so
Well, yeah.
we want to say thank you to Paul for his lifetime of work in Tulsa and helping bring an alternative style of music to the Tulsa Sound scene, and just by having the record store.
Yeah.
That one act alone opened the gate to let local artists be influenced by these other sounds that they weren't being exposed to.
That's right.
And so you were able to listen to these bands that were not in regular rotation on radio here, definitely. And, it was kind of a cool place to take your friends that came in from out of town. It's like, hey, let's run by Mohawk. And they always had these great stickers at the door. And I have nothing but fond memories of Mohawk Music. And I know a lot of our listeners do, too.
Well,
Whether you were a customer of Mohawks in Dallas or down in Austin or here in Tulsa,
we're in Johannesburg.
But we want to say, man, Paul, rest in peace, Paul Meek. We wanted to have you on the show, my brother, but it just never did work out, and we're gonna miss you. And we won't moan too much. But it is missed, and so he is missed.
Yes. Now, some of you listeners may notice that in the background you hear a rushing sound. We're here at the 64th floor of the Atlas Life building. It's very warm up here. And so our Atlas Life building air conditioner up this high makes a lot of sound.
Well, we're under the threat of lesbian poop balloons. That could be one at the window.
I can't believe he went there, ladies and gentlemen. He did it again. I cannot believe it. If only the Peanut Gallery was here tonight. But, Oscar, they're not. So quit trying to be funny. Is it time to read?
It is time,
Let me get
Mr. Eric.
Let me get my papers out here.
It is time.
All right. Well, tonight, we're always seeking out new crazy things to talk about that kind of pertain to the music world, and sometimes the more bizarre, obscure things are the things that Oscar likes to write about. So this week, Oscar has put together some information for us on that crazy movie,
Roadie. Starring Meat Loaf.
That's right.
And Gaylord Sartain.
That's right. And who else?
Lots of people. Alice Cooper.
What now? It wasn't Art Carney in that movie?
Art Carney, of course.
Of
He
course.
played the father.
Yeah, he played his father. And, it's interesting because when Oscar sent this email this week, say, hey, we're going to do the thing on Roadie, a friend of mine in San Francisco, the young man that introduced me to my future wife, Sharon, who we call Bobo. And Bobo had been a roadie for a lot of people. He had been a roadie for Johnny Thunders. He'd been a roadie for Jet Boy. And he was actually in this movie as an extra.
No, I'll be damned.
Yeah, you won't.
A lot of Tulsa folks were in this movie.
Bobo was not from Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay because a lot of Tulsa folks
A lot
were
of
in
Tulsa
this
folks
movie.
were. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. God bless Bobo and all the things.
God
he did.
bless Bobo. We'll have a
let's-
picture of Bobo's album on
Nothing
here.
quite like a 70s movie poster. Look at this thing, man. Isn't that killer?
Well, this was... Roadie was kind of... It was interesting. It sort of followed FM a little bit.
Yeah.
There was
the
a...
movie FM.
Right, yeah. There was a play towards having a number of movies in those for those summer runs that kind of played into the whole wait a minute. FM style broadcast initiative. And FM was cool. It was a cool thing, and they were writing it up. Of course, Roadie is a crazy story. Young Webb, he wants to become the world's greatest roadie.
That's right.
Like Daryl, but...
Meat Loaf in the movie plays a guy named Travis W. Redfish. Spoiler alert here. Travis W. Redfish saves rock and roll and pulls it off in the end. He gets the girl. It's a classic movie. If you love the Tulsa Sound and if you love Tulsa movies, see Roadie.
Aside from being a fun and entertaining movie, Roadie also featured an incredible soundtrack that helped cement Tulsa's reputation as a hub for music and the arts.
This is true.
One of the standout tracks on this soundtrack was Cheap Trick's Everything Works If You Let It, which became an instant hit and helped to further popularize the band's unique sound. I just love reading your words.
Yeah, so that was in the summer of 1980.
God bless 1980.
And, the movie had cameo appearances by Roy Orbison, Hank Williams Jr., Alice Cooper, Blondie. Man, she was in it. The film was marked with the Tangible Band's Make It Rock, Roadie's Make It Roll.
Yeah, now I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. We see the director of the movie, and his name was Alan Rudolph.
That's right.
Who's he?
I thought it was Alan Rudolph directed the film. I don't know who he is.
Okay.
All right.
I thought here at the Tulsa Sound Podcast, we don't really rehearse anything. We
found out who the damn director was. So we're giving it to you.
Hey, damn director, you over there on the mic? What do you think about all this?
I can't wait to see what's on the next slide.
Okay, here we go.
But perhaps the most memorable aspect of Roadie was in its depiction of the hardworking and underappreciated road crews that make sure every concert runs smoothly. As the film's various characters navigate the ups and downs of life on the road, the viewers get a glimpse into the often overlooked world of stage techs, audio engineers, lighting designers, and all whom play an essential role in making sure that the music is rolling.
That's right, baby. You know, Oscar, what I was trying to get you to say there a minute ago was that Roadie's this ode to Tulsa music scene. Alan Rudolph, the director, came up with the idea for the movie after attending a concert here in Tulsa, undoubtedly at the old Assembly
Ballroom.
Cain's Ballroom?
I'm thinking so, yeah. I first heard about this film at the Cain's Ballroom.
Okay,
when I was
that
working
makes
there.
sense. That had been back in the dirty days.
That's right, back in the good old days. And, it was commonly, it was talked about. It was talked about in the production office. And what the guys would say was, yeah, man, they used the stage. We used the stage. Our Little Wing stage is in the movie Roadie for the outdoor scene.
Well,
so,
yeah.
It was great to be part of that and to actually have hands-on things that have been used in bigger productions. Of course, I was really green and new still.
You were green. You were new.
But it was one of those legends. Of course, the Cain's Ballroom was full of so many legends, so many myths, so many stories. That this is just one of them that I was, found myself working with a group of guys.
So many
who'd been
carcinogens.
involved. So many yes. And so, it was great to be in that atmosphere, man. I really felt like I was part of it too.
Well,
and we want you to feel like you're part of it.
You
guys.
were. And so Roadie is, well, what can we say? Meat Loaf, of course, being a Texan, God bless him, from the Webb family singers.
Yeah. Meat Loaf was from Dallas.
And Dallas, and his whole, well, of course, he was in Rocky Horror too right before this. I guess this was probably after Bat Out of Hell went up, then this was probably his next movie following Rocky Horror.
Yeah,
1980.
It was summer of
Because
1980.
Rocky Horror was shot in, I think, 74. Somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 74. And so I know that they shopped the Meat Loaf album for a long time. Finally, Todd Rundgren picked that project up, and boy, didn't that turn out to sell a couple of records there, I tell you. Well, there's a picture of Meat Loaf himself. Look,
that's
right
Travis
there he is.
W. Redfish, the world's greatest roadie, the man who single-handedly saved rock and roll.
Oh, thank
He
God.
did it with cow patties and tuna fish cans. It's crazy. It's a great.
I'd say you
sardine
need to
cans. Sardine
you need
cans.
to get on. You need to find this movie. You need to watch it. So if you've got eyes, watch it. See, it's right here. It's on our monitor.
See, so Roadie is an ode to Tulsa's vibrant music scene.
Yeah, yes.
Alan Rudolph, the film's director, came up with an idea for the movie after attending a concert here.
That's
so
great.
Meat Loaf,
I knew I could get him to
born
say
in
it.
Dallas. Yeah. So what sets Roadie apart?
All he had to do is bring his
its
thumb
music. The movie showcased a wide and beloved music genres.
Yep.
And not just Hank Williams and not just Roy Orbison, which we didn't talk about earlier.
No, Roy.
Orbison. Cheap Tricks in the movie.
Cheap Trick, we knew
Yeah,
that. Blondie,
high energy numbers. Everything works if you
Ramones.
let it.
Men at Work, The Police.
It's one of those films. Get
Red
together
Hot
with
Chili
your friends
newspapers?
and watch Roadie. Do yourself a favor.
Get out there. We're all kidding around, but seriously, it's a great movie. You'll enjoy it. It's a good fun watch, and you combine that with Spinal Tap, and I think you've probably got
for sure. That's
the
a
whole
doubleheader.
frickin' industry in a coffee cup right
So
there.
let me just wrap this up by saying.
Wrap it up.
Okay,
It's time to get on.
Roadie is more than just a fun, feel good
Good
movie.
time feeling movie.
That's right. About the world of rock and roll and its tribute to the hardworking road crews, an homage to Tulsa's thriving music scene and celebration of some of the greatest musicians of all time.
All time.
It's a film
Mozart,
that,
Beethoven,
it's a film that
Tchaikovsky.
captures the essential part of American culture and remains a beloved classic to this day. See Roadie.
See Roadie, please.
Do that.
From a Tulsa Sound Podcast, this is Mr. Eric signing off. We'll be right back after this short commercial message.
The first digit tells in which part of the nation your letter will find its destination. Since the country's divided into 10 big sections, each with a number to establish direction, before your letter has even departed, we've already got it started.
The next two digits go hand in hand to a major post office over land. Since each big section has town after town,
We need these numbers to really narrow things down. We've got the section, we've got the city. Just two more numbers and we're sitting pretty.
These last two digits are really specific.
they're your local post office number. Terrific!
What a system. As you can plainly see, just 5 little numbers. Quick as can be.
Welcome back to the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Welcome back. Glad you're with us tonight.
Those crazy commercials. Oh, I never buy any of that stuff except for the toilet paper. You need that. And
those commercials are fun.
Yeah, well, they certainly are. Speaking about buying things, Tulsa Sound Podcast, we do some crazy stuff. And one of the crazy things I didn't do, but the rest of the crew did, was go out to the Tulsa Farmers Market here a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't. I was sleeping, but they had a great time. And you have some pictures. Tell us about it, Oscar. Tell me about your trip. As if I was not there, and I was. You're going to explain it to me
per usual.
As if I was not there.
Preach. Okay, so the Tulsa Farmers Market is up and rolling. Guys, if you haven't been out there, get your butts down to the Tulsa Farmers Market every Saturday morning, bright and early. They go from 7 to like 11:30 a.m. It's an early morning thing.
Oh, God.
When you get down there, if you want to get fresh vegetables, if you want to get the good juice, if you want to get the good greens, you get your butts down to the Tulsa Farmers Market. Early. If you want to take a yoga class, if you want to get some homemade, local wines are available down there. Amish milk is available.
If you're waiting at 5 a.m. when they get there, you'll get the best.
And if that's
milk,
something, I would often do that. I get up early and I love to go to the farmers market.
Do the Amish make an almond milk?
No, no.
Because that would be great. It'd be like, brought to you by the Amish Almond Milk.
I have theories on almond milk, and no one's going to like them, so we'll just move on.
Okay, let's move it on. Moving on. Tulsa Farmers Market. Who are these people?
So here's some of your vendors that'll be out at the Tulsa Farmers Market. These great young ladies are nice enough to pose for a picture.
Well, that's a beautiful setting out there.
Isn't it beautiful out there? It's in the Whittier Square.
Yeah, that's, at the very large corner of First and Lewis.
Yes. Across the street from the Circle Theater. And you can go down and get a lot of fresh made,
somebody here remembers when the
sauces.
Circle Theater was
Yeah, I remember when it was a sleazy porn theater.
Yeah,
it was bad.
The corner of Whittier Square.
That whole area was like the worst.
It's kind of like the Tulsa version of Times Square.
It was the worst intersection.
It was
in the
Times
city.
Square. It was
our sleazy redneck Times Square.
Times Square.
It was bad.
And then, Nathan, were you ever down there? At the Times
at Times Square? No.
Yeah, when it was, like the porno stores and the adult dancing place and the porno movie place and
I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, they would show
you would say that
X-rated movies on the big screen.
That looks great on you.
It was just it's not a good environment.
Anyway, but it's now so nice, and I'm glad because that's the neighborhood my grandparents lived in. And that was before it all went downhill, I got to say. But
Farmers Market
is over there.
Whittier Square, and it's a new day. It's 2024. We were talking about Whittier Square in the 80s.
Beautiful
It's 2024. That's
beautiful radishes.
Wonderful radishes.
Look at those radishes. They look like shrimp. Look at the kale.
Look at the greens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kale.
And that's brought to you by Resilient Growers.
Oh, there's Resilient. Brought to you by Resilient
Growers.
Resilient Growers.
And you can bring the kids to the farmers market.
Yeah,
it's a place where you see fathers and sons working together to sell their products.
What are they selling?
They got pickles and
hummus.
Looks like jam.
Looks like they spelled humus backwards. Never mind.
I believe that's a booth across the street.
A reflection. I don't believe in reflections, Oscar.
Well, it's because you can't see yourself in one, Mr. Eric.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Here's what I've always thought, Mr. Eric. For a guy that couldn't see himself in the mirror, Dracula had fucking perfect hair.
He did. Well, that's a trade-off,
Nobody ever talks about that. It's the little things.
Yeah, well,
So get your butts out to the farmer's market. Guys, there's lots of fresh hot sauces out there. You got all pickled everything.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of this place, but we get the kimchi here all the time.
Oh,
all
wonderful,
the time. It's
wonderful.
so good.
What do you like to put your kimchi on?
Everything. I'll also just eat it straight out of the jar.
Straight out of the pot, right out of the ground.
Yeah.
So this is some of that Oklahoma garlic sauce, and it is just fabulous.
Well, and
I love it. And of course, we got fresh mushrooms for sale
Hey,
out
dude,
there. And let me tell you something: the mushroom people know their stuff. They know their stuff. And if you've got an ailment, if you've got something that hurts, you got a pain, you got this, you got that. Talk to the mushroom people, because chances are the mushroom people can help you find a remedy.
Yeah,
After all, food is medicine.
That's right, and they've been practicing their craft for over 40,000 years.
Oh man, mushroom people know their stuff.
But the asparagus people, they got their tip.
That's true. The asparagus mafia is hard.
I got my asparagus. Get off my tip. Come on.
So one of the great activities they have out at the farmers market is
yoga.
Group yoga. So you can get out there and stretch. And
now, I hear of it in a couple of weeks. They're going to combine the yoga class, as we see here in the slide. They're going to combine that with charity water balloon toss. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Bring your kids.
Basically, $5 gets you 3 water balloons. There's the yoga class. Knock them out. Knock them.
So lots of fresh okra for sale. Lots of fresh parsley.
Oh shoot! There's rhubarb on the fry there.
Great stuff here from Heart's Desire Farm. Yes.
Oh, look at them snaps. Look at those snaps. Look at them
turnips.
Turnips of
Man,
all different
come
colors.
on now.
See, and ladies and gentlemen, the farmer's market is so critical because these are local grown foods. This is stuff
locally grown.
This is, we're not going to preserve it and ship it across the country. This has probably been plucked out of the ground just days,
in the area.
Not hours earlier. And the difference when you eat this food is that it does not promote things like cancer, for one, or just, Oscar, I know that they checked your sperm and they found microplastics in the pocket of every sperm cell. In their back pocket, they found a little.
My sperm had a gold tooth and was wearing Jordans.
They found a little micro condom in their each back pocket, and we don't want that. And
these tiny onions that are on the screen, Mr. Eric.
Yes, I see them.
Onion. Now, let me give you guys a backyard barbecue tip. And I learned this from my brother, who married a Mexican girl, Martha. And for all of their family barbecues, they get these small white onions.
Right, yeah.
And, she trims them up, gets them ready, and they put them in aluminum foil in butter or olive oil on the grill.
I see where this is
these
going.
onions are sweet. They are delicious. And now I have to have them at a barbecue. I have to have the onions. I have to have the onions.
We'll do that same thing with the corns. We'll wrap up the corns like that. Now we're doing them with the onions. You say, "Wow, I'm up for that."
So the Tulsa Farmers Market's a great place to go catch up with friends.
Yeah, looky there, those friends. It's dude, man, these buds were like purple, dude.
There's a little
to you.
Purple haze. What is that? Cabbage? No, that's a broccoli. Broccolini? I don't know.
That is probably. It might be a.
Looks like cauliflower. Yeah, it's cauliflower.
Yeah. And they spray it with a spray paint to get that color.
It's actual purple cauliflower. Get out there and find some. Yeah, this old farmer's been working hard, and he'd love to have
for the bathroom.
He'd love to have you come out to his booth
I've been
and buy
looking
some
for the
vegetables.
bathroom.
Friendly folks at the Tulsa Farmers Market. It's a great place to just kind of be yourself.
These are some beautiful photos too. I just want to say the color, it just makes you want to just eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
lots
food
of
truck.
good stuff. Food trucks are out there.
Food trucks.
So we've got lots of vendors, lots of fresh vegetables.
Oscar, I'm watching these slides. I'm listening to you talk, and I'm thinking maybe it's worth getting up in the morning to do something.
Maybe.
I mean, it takes a lot to make me change my ways.
Considering you live 4 minutes from there, you could be there and shop and be back home in under fucking an hour.
Well, this time of year it's very difficult for me because the nights are so short. I've got very little time to do anything.
Yes, and as a vampire,
There's
Mr. Eric
Whittier
appreciates
Square.
his nights.
Whittier Square. If it's here, it's there. It's Whittier Square.
Whittier Square.
And while you're there, don't forget to drop by the Beehive.
That's right. That's right, the old Beehive. Now, there's lots of fresh
local
good
wines.
stuff. Dancing Skeletons made some wine here, craft honey wines. So check them out.
You saying that like Jason and the Argonauts got their own wine out there with the dancing
skeletons? It's kind of a Grateful Dead reference.
I gotcha. I see one of those.
And there's coffee out at the farmer's market.
That is Chaos
Cafe. Anyway, these young ladies set up their booth. They come dressed up. It's a really nice thing. Get an agreeable cup of coffee at the farmer's market. Of course, there's lots of fresh flowers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the air conditioner.
That's all right. Nobody can hear it. Only we can. All right, and as you go out to the farmer's market, look
people
for
are
these
turning
guys.
off their television right
There
now.
are ceramic vendors out there. There's pottery. There's jewelry. There's all kinds of arts and crafts.
There's
good
the
folks at
inheritance truck.
Street side out there. Yeah, working hard for you. You've got.
Do they help you get juice, or do they help you find your inheritance?
Yeah, they help you spend your inheritance.
I gotcha.
Anyway, go out and see the fine folks at Inheritance.
Birdhouses by Mark.
That's right. If you need a birdhouse.
One of our longtime sponsors, Mark.
Mark's been sponsoring the show since day one.
Yeah. Well, I need to get a
Thank
new
you,
bird.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Man. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Now,
onions.
there's some purple onions in this shop, Mr.
Yes,
Eric.
there sure are.
And I want to remind everyone, this is a great place to go out and get your flowers. Go out and get your mom some flowers, get your girl some flowers, because let me tell you something, guys. If you're not getting your girl some flowers, somebody else will.
Hello!
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's how it is.
How it is.
So over 20 years of the Tulsa Farmers Market.
That's amazing. And they were all glad to see you come out. Who knows, maybe someday we may do a live broadcast from the Tulsa Farmers Market.
Hey.
What do you think about that,
folks?
folks?
A little overhead shot of their opening day at the farmer's market. But, man, they got fresh porter peaches out there.
Fresh porter peaches, brother.
Man, there's nothing
and
better in the summertime.
You know what porter peaches reminds me of, don't you?
Probably.
Boxes of Breeze.
Oh, yes.
Because a Porter Wagner, that's what? Who? Nathan, have you ever heard of Porter Wagner?
No.
That's it. I'm out.
He was
I'm out.
Porter Wagner was a country music star, a big country music star, and my grandmother would see him on TV and she'd say, "Don't say it! That man's hung to his knees." Thank you, Mama. I miss you.
Porter Wagner was a huge country star in the 60s,
He was from
70s,
between
80s.
Porter and Wagner.
Yeah, he named himself after our beloved cities, and then he was critical in Dolly Parton's first part of her career, as she was his sidekick on their show. Yeah. And they were sponsored by Breeze, the
She
fabric
famously
detergent.
wrote "I Will Always Love You" about Porter Wagner.
Well, see, there you go. And they would, boxes of Breeze, they would have a towel. You could get bath towels. And I would say to my Mom, how can Dolly afford to put a towel in a box of soap? And my mom's like, honey, soap is a lot more expensive by the pound than a towel is. What did she mean? Later, as I grew up, I realized, they're ripping us off. Well, okay, moving on.
Moving on. Oh, did I mention the watermelons?
Watermelons.
And, there's lots of cantaloupe out there, guys. You want to get out there and get you some
Look at the strawberries. Oh, I had some great strawberries this last
Strawberries
week.
and watermelon. That's summertime.
It was just like they'd been dipped in sugar, but they hadn't. And I have to be careful
breakfast
about that.
tacos are available out there. So as you're walking on the go, you can stop by the good folks from Elote, set up their camper.
There you
and
go.
they do the little thing out of the VW bus there, and they've been doing this for years. This is not new to them.
This is not new.
And
they have
come on out,
experience.
get a puffy taco.
Do not be afraid
Get a puffy taco.
to eat
get
their
a
food. The
try the breakfast
experience that they've
tacos.
had.
I would recommend the breakfast tacos.
Well, sure,
for the
because you
farmer's
get up
market.
in the morning, but I don't.
That's right. That's right. Well,
But that's all right.
some of us have. Yeah.
We know about that. Look at the
Some of us like to
beautiful
go out.
flowers.
Lots of flowers. Guys, get out there and
Yes,
buy these
yes,
things. And there's a picture of somebody.
Look at the tie-dye. Is that somebody's been injured?
That's a very mentally ill man there watching. Looks like
He's
a local
playing
performer.
guitar. He's playing guitar.
Tom.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell.
Let me just go ahead and turn the
Well, no,
computer to you.
folks, I'm forced to look at a tiny picture. It's like this big, and I'm. Oh, okay.
All right, we're back out at the farmer's market here. And guys, there's lots of booths set up. There's lots of food.
Right.
There's music.
Look behind
there's
there.
activity.
If you look in the background, you can see the beehive.
That's right. Beehives there. There's a great Mexican bakery there. So come on out.
Come on out.
We only
have 30 more slides to go. Let's go. Let's rock them. Look, you can get plants that aren't even grown yet. Look.
Zach and Natalie Pagano, two of my favorite people in this world. I had to take their picture that morning. I said, guys, can I take your picture? Natalie and I have been friends since the early 80s.
Well,
we went to high school together. Zach is a great guy. He puts together some of the best Christmas mixtapes around.
We'll have to have them on this show.
A Christmas playlist unlike any other. And that's a specialty of his. Zach Pagano is the man.
All right, folks, the next 10 slides are brought to you by Santeria Smoke Shop. We're going to burn through them. All right, we got that street scene there. Go on, girls. We got the sun up in the sky. We got the pretty flowers. We got these two folks here, and he's from her Team Ferrari. So goddamn knows they're moving fast. Hit it, boy. And this gal, she's got that dadgum orange stuff. And
I think Ruben bought a candle from this young lady.
Oh, yes. It's candles.
Yeah, he bought a candle that looked like a bowl of Fruit Loops.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ruben is not with us tonight. He's
working.
He's working in Serbia this evening on a he's working on a production in Serbia tonight. Oh, there we have. Oh, look at it all.
It's a great time. Get out to the Tulsa Farmers Market and get a great Saturday afternoon is to go out and get your vegetables, get your meats, get your wine, and prepare a meal from things bought exclusively at the Tulsa Farmers Market. Make that with the one you love on a Saturday afternoon. That's a well-spent Saturday, in my opinion.
Didn't the producer tell you to look out because I got to have elbow room? Yeah. Hey, there's the Blue Dome right
me
there.
to fire the producer.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this picture of the Blue Dome, put that picture up there, Nathan, big time. See up there at the top, well, you can't because but anyway, the little Blue Dome that's at the top of the Blue Dome building used to sit in the lobby of the club.
Yeah.
Where Brian's. I guess it would all be
the Blue Dome Diner.
Blue Dome Diner, but the club in back, not the diner in front, but the club in back when you came in the door. And we lit it one time and took a picture of it. And
there's a toilet at the top of the Blue Dome.
Yeah,
shitter up there.
Well, if I was going to build that thing, that's what I'd put up there. What else you going to put up there? And.
So that was the farmer's market, guys.
Well, that was a great slideshow, Oscar. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the team for getting out there and getting up in the morning and going out and doing something so freaking wholesome. It just makes my blood curdle. But yeah.
So here's a little bit quick housekeeping, guys.
Let me get out my phone.
If you enjoy the show, if you're enjoying the podcast, this is how you can support us directly.
Take your phone.
You take your phone out. You open it up to the camera setting. You point your phone directly at your TV screen now.
Wait, I got my show clock. Stand by. Okay. I got to look. I'm going to do it.
Mr. Eric's going to try it.
I'm going to do it, right? Wait.
But this is our Venmo, and you can support the show directly.
It's not there.
There's no amount too
it's really
small.
Here. Wait. Oh, look, it's going now, ladies and gentlemen.
And it takes you directly to the Venmo.
It didn't. Well, but that's because we don't have internet.
Anyway, so if you like the show, if you want to help support this broadcast and help us keep bringing you these rock and roll stories, these events, things like that, hit up the Venmo, please, and show us some love. We love you, Tulsa, and this is how you can help support the show.
Love offering.
Enough of that, Mr. Eric. I hate being shameless like that.
Let's be shameless. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with more on the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Well, there's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. I ain't gonna rest now until I find it all. There's a bright side somewhere. You know there's more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I ain't gonna rest now until I find it all. There is more love somewhere. You know there's more peace somewhere. There is more peace, I said somewhere. I ain't gonna rest now until I find it all. There is more peace somewhere. Well, there's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side, I said somewhere. I ain't gonna rest now, Lord, until I find it all. There's a bright side somewhere. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Oh, pleasure, pleasure.
Okay, we're back. Tulsa
We are
Sound
back.
Podcast. We have got, now we're going to fly into our local music scene.
That's right.
Section of our show. Here we are. It's, well, time really doesn't matter in a podcast, does it? But if it was, it's 10:36 tonight, and time for our live rock broadcast section of the show.
That's
Oscar.
right. Seas are currently 3 to 5 feet with a surface temperature of 96 degrees.
And that's right.
So we have a treat for you guys. Does anybody like special treats? Mr. Eric, do you like a special treat?
I like a special treat.
We have a special treat performance we're going to bring you right now from one of my favorite artists. It's a song called Summertime.
Yeah?
Yeah, by Travis Kidd and the Red Dirt Rangers, performed live at the Mercury Lounge. Buckle up. Here's Travis Kidd.
Roll that beautiful bean
and the
footage.
Red Dirt Rangers doing Summertime at the Mercury Lounge. Here you go, Tulsa.
Album long ago called Friend. These guys, okay. Just fall in when you want to. It's D, G, C, routine. Well, I've seen summertime so many times. I've been playing all night, sleeping all day through the sunshine. Living like a gypsy. Oh, baby, you miss me. Here we go. I've been in and out, around and around with the summer breeze. And you know that you're on my mind. And you know I'm with you tonight. I'll be on West Street, the Union, the lover, not another. Sand around when it's cold outside. Woman's rock for me and over. Raindrop over hurricane.
Travis Kidd, ladies and gentlemen, Travis Kidd Army.
Travis Kidd, man, wasn't that great?
It was
Aren't
great.
those guys great?
You know, I
The Red
wish.
Dirt Rangers never cease to amaze me, man. I tell you what, it's a thrill every time I see those guys play.
I'm just disappointed that we're not able to have our guest audience here tonight well, we can't.
Well, we
anyway,
have
they wouldn't allow them in the building.
We have another exciting announcement.
Here comes another
Our
one.
good friend Seth Lee Jones, friend of the show,
friend of the show,
has a new record out.
FOTS.
Yeah, him and the boys have put out a new product.
Yeah.
And we have a promotional reel to show for Seth Lee Jones' new record coming up right now. Here it is.
Roll 'em.
Roll that footage.
Wow.
All right, welcome back. Welcome
What
back.
can I say? It's
I'm
gonna be a
Oscar
hit.
Padron,
It's
and
gonna
I'm
be
joined
big.
here by the excommunicated Pope of Eaton Square. He's the man that puts the stone in Boston Avenue, my good friend, Mr. Eric.
Glad to meet you, folks. You know, here's one thing I would like
He's
to
the
say.
Skaith of the city of faith.
Let's all get on our word processors and write us a letter to the newspaper and say, "Hey, Utica Square, let's get that Miss Jackson's hole filled in with something useful." I don't care what you want to put in there, a McDonald's or whether you want to get some kind of a grocery store again, but by God, something. It's just sad. Look where Miss Jackson used to
Summertime by
be.
Travis Kidd. Wasn't that awesome?
That was two ago.
That was great.
That was 2 cuts ago.
2 cuts ago.
Damn.
Moving forward,
who we got a special message from tonight?
Well, no, one of the things that often happens is that we get asked questions.
That's right, often. Quite often people ask me, like, do you have a driver's license?
Well, no, not questions like that, but we get everyday questions, and I believe our
is an
producer,
everyday question for me.
Mr. Nathan is going to read some questions to us in a segment that we're going to title Bad Advice.
Oh, the Bad Advice segment.
This is Bad Advice, brought to you by the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
Okay, I'm
Mr.
ready.
Eric will be giving genuine bad advice for these questions.
So, this is like a Karnak thing. None of these questions have been previously
and our producer Nathan Hall, will be reading the questions.
He's going to read them, and I'm going to give some answers. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm still looking.
Oh, he's still looking, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't realize.
Well, in the meantime, don't forget about Hashioka.
That's right.
Because it's just going to be next Sunday, a week from tomorrow.
Coming up in the broadcast.
But I'll tell you, folks, we are into the 24-hour countdown now. The 7-day countdown for Hashioka. The 24-hour countdown, that'll come in 6 days. But it'll be about this time next week. We'll be in the 24. Sorry, Leon. It'll be in the 24-hour countdown.
Speaking of Leon,
yeah.
What was Leon Russell's real name, Mr. Eric?
Russell Bridges.
His name was Claude.
Claude Russell Bridges.
Yeah, Claude Bridges.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me his real name was Russell Leone, but he just swapped it.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Next year, you're going to tell me you own Claude's Hamburgers on Peoria. He did not.
He did not.
He did not. Now, here's a little trivia about Claude's. Claude's used to be over on Admiral, over by Bell Junior High School, just west of Sheridan. That was the first restaurant I ever ate at. As a baby, I was about 4.5 months old, and my mom just had to have she tired of not eating hamburgers, and they went over there and they fed me a cheeseburger, and Claude said, he's addicted for life. And here I am, folks.
Well, these days I'm a
later,
Bill's Burger guy, and I'm a Hank's guy. I'm really loyal to
I
Hank's
know you
hamburgers.
like Hank.
I'm an Admiral guy. I'm a Hank's guy.
Traffic circle trash.
All right. So
All right, Nathan,
have
have you got any of those
Find that
callers?
email?
Has anybody called in yet?
So, a common question, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How can I effectively promote my music locally?
Well, I think the best way you can do that is get some spray cans of white and black paint and go to a popular club area like 18th and Boston and spray paint your band name on every car in the parking lot. That way when folks come out, they'll go, what do you mean, Kittlesticks? God damn it, what the hell? What the hell? I guarantee you might not get booked, but people will know your name.
What you want to do is start a fire in your band's name, preferably, in a mall, possibly at a church,
that's
possibly
a good one.
A school.
That's a good one.
Start a fire in your band's name.
Arson,
that's bad advice.
Tribute arson. That's the worst advice we can give you on that. Got any other questions,
And
folks?
talk about your band excessively to all your friends and family. I mean, don't let them get a fucking word in edgewise. Every time you see these people, you want to talk about that fucking shithook project you're involved with that has made no money, that has drawn no fans, that has no YouTube attention, and is just fucking wasting everybody's fucking time. Tell them about that incessantly at all gatherings.
Make your girlfriend get your band name as one of them tater tats back there in her ass, and then go to a bar and say, you want to see my band? And they go, okay. And so she turns over and moons him.
So that's bad advice.
Bad advice. Got more. Let's go more. We got
What's
more.
our next question?
Now we got the air conditioner on. I feel better.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. What's the best way to book gigs at local venues?
Gunpoint.
You want to call them obsessively.
Yeah, you want to
bombard them online,
threaten their family.
You want to find out who the manager is, find their personal Facebook, and then message their loved ones. Message that club manager's mom.
Get a can of white and black spray paint your band's name on that club owner's car.
That was the other advice.
How many of these answers are going to involve spray paint?
All of them.
So
all of them. They don't call me Mango for nothing.
Stalk the booker. Stalk the booker. Oh, bribery works too.
Bribery is great.
Bribery is great.
And that
Have
used
you
to work
tried
back
bribery?
in the 80s.
Has anybody tried bribery?
That's actually good advice, Oscar. You need to shut up on that one. Let's go for another question here.
Okay. All right, you guys are going to like this. What equipment and gear should I invest in? Not spend money frivolously on, but really invest in as a new musician.
I would go out and buy the most expensive stuff I could and get my girlfriend to pay for it. That's really the best. That's really the best
You
way.
want your girlfriend's dad to pay for it.
Yeah,
you want
well,
your girlfriend's father to pay for it.
I'm going to tell you, friends.
Instead of going out and buying a beta microphone to sing into, you don't want to do that.
No.
You want to go down. You want to just use everybody else's microphone.
Yeah, see, this is the way it works. For many years I was in the brick and mortar music business, and I worked at our sponsor store, Music Sound World, 2715 South Memorial. You would be amazed how many guitars, drum sets, keyboards, sticks, cymbals, strings, picks, straps. You name it, the girlfriends were buying it. The girlfriends were buying it.
Well, that's true. What you need is a girlfriend that's a stripper, and you need to get her to spend all of her money on your band's needs.
And then you get your band back there on one of them tats on her ass, and then when she does a wiggle at the club, people go,
if I was answering this question
"Fiddlesticks,
straight,
what
I'd say you need a quality microphone that you can take from gig to gig of your own.
There you go with that good advice again.
But no,
get out of here.
This is not a good advice segment.
This is bad advice.
This is bad advice.
Bad advice. Go ahead, next.
Got a question about connection here. How can I network with other local musicians and industry professionals?
Oh, well,
network. What the hell kind of word is that?
All the real
CBS,
networking,
NBC,
all the real
ABC,
networking
PBS,
is
Fox.
done at local NA and AA meetings.
That is
Tulsa
true.
musicians.
If you really want to connect,
get out there,
you want to connect
and
with
you really
these
want
folks,
to shake hands.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
You really want to be there.
12 steps.
You're going to have to get involved with a serious 12-step program. And what you want to do is interject your band into that 12-step program in every capacity.
Yes, and and again, the more that you use the word network, the more successful you'll be.
Right, and use the word narrative when you speak of networking.
I'd like
and
to,
then end everything
you
say.
Of my networking.
End everything you say by saying this phrase. Well, at the end of the day.
Here's the kicker.
I hate that phrase.
Next.
Fucking at the end of the day. What you want to do is
in the beginning of the morning. Next question.
Okay, so this one's about the big moneymaker, the merch table, of course.
Yeah.
What are some tips for setting up and managing a successful merch table?
Guns.
You're going to need a 45.
You're going to need a big gun. People are going to bum rush the table. They're going to say, my God, I got to have the Kittle Sticks' latest album, Picking Up Sticks with My Dick. And they'll rush back there and knock over the table. So you also got to have a couple of bodyguard-like fellas.
What you want to
alienate everybody.
Who you want to run this merch table is somebody in the band who's currently fighting with their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Now that girlfriend that's in the fight with that musician on stage, that's the girl you want behind the counter.
Yeah.
Be sure and have her. She's going to be lovely.
She'll be giving away T-shirts all night long, folks. Free shirts, free albums.
And make sure she's been up for at least not 1, not 2, but 3 days before the gig.
She's on one of them Kittle Sticks highs.
And that's how you handle a merch table. Bad advice style.
Bad advice.
Yeah, guns and... Okay, cool.
Next.
So how do I handle performance anxiety and stage fright?
Self-medicate. Lots of drugs. You want to get you alcohol going in there about 2 in the afternoon and get you a good whiskey high on, and go down there and you're going to walk up on stage.
What you need to do
someone
is
to hit you in the head with a
fuel that anxiety and just obsess over it. Just obsess over it to where it damn near locks you up. And once you've gotten to that point, you are prepared as an anxiety-filled individual to be on the gig.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's when you're at your top.
It worked for Michael Richards. It'll work for you, man.
Well, if you're too anxious, that means you're worrying about things that are coming in the future, and you're not being present. You're not being present in the present.
I can't tell you how many times I'm on stage playing bass.
Oh, this is bad advice.
I'm balancing my checkbook. I'm going through some future dates.
You know, in order to cure anxiety, stage anxiety, snorting Valium.
That's
go.
a straight out way to go.
2 shots of bourbon.
Yeah, a couple of.
And then you just
Dilaudid.
fill in the lines with Soma.
Dilaudid.
That would do it.
Yeah, there you go. So
that is
no more anxiety, the bad humor way.
There would be no anxiety, but that is definitely bad advice.
Next.
So we are legal experts here at the Tulsa Sound Podcast.
That's right,
So
yes.
it only makes sense to ask, what legal considerations should I keep in mind as a performing musician?
Always want to have a phone number of your bail bondsman in your wallet.
Never keep your drugs and your money in the same spot.
Make sure
keep those separate.
Make sure that if you're going to bring whiskey in your guitar case, that you keep it latched and nobody can see it.
Buy a house brand that's similar to the houses, so you don't have some off-brand whiskey with you when you're at the bar drinking your own stash.
That's right. In fact, may I recommend Coonskin whiskey, bottled in Russellville, Arkansas, guaranteed to not be more than 30 days from the distillery.
And these guys these days, they don't need a band manager. You don't need a publicist. You don't need it. What you need is a fucking crooked lawyer, a crooked entertainment lawyer.
That's right.
Somebody that'll suggest things like, you boys should get some matching red blazers or something.
Hey, take it easy with those cat in the hat hats. Those things cost me a fortune.
But a crooked entertainment lawyer is definitely the way to go in those legal situations. Get a criminal defense attorney that's on the take.
Preferably one that's mafia. Mafia. If
Find
you can
a guy
get
that's
into
going
that.
through a divorce. Find a criminal defense attorney who's going through a divorce. That's your guy.
A good source of these attorneys would be to ask Sean Williams, because he's got a litany list of them. Bad attorneys, that one does. Okay, so there we go. We got any more questions out there?
We just have one last question.
This will be the last question, ladies and gentlemen. The last question. Go ahead.
Are there any local music festivals or events I should participate in? Maybe
None.
Any coming up recently?
Stay away. Stay away from them.
Don't do that. Don't highlight yourself. Don't get out there in the public. Don't.
Too much competition already.
You got to make them want you.
Too many bands out there already.
You got to make them want you.
Last thing we need is
How
more
are they
musicians.
going to miss you if you never go away?
That's right. See?
So definitely don't go to Hashioka.
Well, no, now, because here's the thing.
That's a one-day show.
Hashioka, that's a one-day show. This is not a multi-night festival.
Right.
Hashioka is a one-time event. And if you do not get there on that Sunday afternoon, here's what's going to happen. You're not going to see the show. Did you hear me, little Leon? You're not going to see the show. And so you want to get there. You want to be there at Hashioka. And really, we're having fun tonight with bad advice.
Bad advice.
But the fact is that bad advice is sometimes your best advice, except when it comes down to this. Be at Hashioka. That's good advice right there.
Absolutely.
Don't you agree? Well, folks, we're going to run out here with another quick commercial, and we'll be right back to wrap up the show
we have
tonight.
some words from Teresa Knox.
Words from Teresa. We'll be right back.
Are you fed up with constantly searching for the records you want? Are you tired and frustrated from always straightening out your LPs? Now with K-Tel Record Selector, this will never happen again. To choose your favorite music, tilt the first record forward. The others follow automatically. Pick your selection when it appears. To choose more LPs, lean the next record forward and wait for your choice. The Record Selector is a new space-age design for selection and storage of records. Fingertip control regulates the speed of Record Selector. To replace the records, tilt the first record forward. Record Selector, with a mind of its own, will automatically stop where the LP was taken from. End awkward selection and storage of LPs with Record Selector. Attractively finished in a gift box. K-Tel Record Selector, only $3.99.
Hi, this is Teresa. I'm with the Church Studio. The Church Studio is a 501c3. All of our operations, all of the money that you spend here with us go to support our mission, our local artists, our recording artists, all the tourists that come through and enjoy our programming, our exhibits, our museum. At the Church Studio, we're primarily a recording studio, so we love to record our local artists from Oklahoma, but we also have national and international artists and record labels that record with us. But we're also a public attraction. We have regular programming that people can come in and enjoy music. We have Tunes at Noon that happens every Saturday, but we also have this incredible archive. We have a 6,000 piece archive and we rotate different things through that. We love to celebrate those early pioneers that came from Tulsa, Oklahoma, all of the artists that signed to Shelter Records, but we also love to celebrate all the new artists that record with us. We really want to be relevant and celebrate what's happening right now in Oklahoma's music ecosystem. So for local tourism and for international tourism, there's something for everyone right here at the church studio.
You became a part of the new breed, been smoking only the best weed, hanging out on the so-called hippie set, been seen in all the right places, seen with just the right faces. You should be satisfied, but still it ain't quite right. What is hip? Tell me if you think you know. What is hip? If you really hip, the past and the years will show. You would have hip trim, maybe hipper than hip. What is hip? Yeah! So think about it now.
Recording.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my on-air resignation. I can't take it anymore. Here at the Tulsa Sound Podcast. No, just kidding. We've got
you guys are back with us.
Yeah, we're glad you're back because we're back too.
Those are words from Teresa Knox. Isn't that wonderful?
We just found out. Yeah. Yes. Those words. It's almost like I've never heard.
Take Teresa Knox up on her offer. Go down and visit the church studio.
Go down
take
there.
the tour.
Visit it.
Take her up. Guys, get in there and record some songs.
Record them.
She's making this available to you. As Tulsa Sound
What a
local
deal.
musicians, it is a deal. In fact, it's a gift. So just get your butts down there, work this out with her, and it's a lovely opportunity. It's a resource we have here in Tulsa, unlike anywhere else in the country.
Unlike.
So take advantage
Anywhere
of that.
else.
And that was a message from Teresa Knox at the church studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, coming up here on the Tulsa Sound Podcast, we've got another hot performance, Mr. Eric.
Who is it going to be this time?
This is going to be Miss Cassie Latshaw doing her Friday afternoon set down at the Mercury Lounge. You know, she seems to think that everybody's a big deal down in Nashville.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everybody's a big deal in Nashville. That's the title of this song.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to say, man. All right, take it away.
All right.
Cassie.
Here's Cassie Latshaw doing her thing at the Mercury Lounge on Fridays. Go down there and catch her, kids.
Friday.
Only way to
Cassie Latshaw. Wasn't that great, Mr. Eric?
I'm telling you,
she's fabulous.
Fabulous. And these are some great tapes you've got.
She was raised at a wild exotic animal farm in Bristow.
No kidding.
Yeah, she's a monkey girl.
So she's related to the Tiger King?
No.
Oh, no, that's right. He was down there near Ardmore. He was down there near Sulphur, which ain't there anymore.
There's a lot of good music. There's a lot of good music at 18th and Boston these days.
There is.
Yeah,
and now
we
what
have
we
a
got?
hot track here for you on the Tulsa Sound Podcast. We have a brief preview here of what goes on. What goes on down there on Sundays for the Bluegrass Brunch. And, of course, Jonny Mullenax and Thomas Trapp are down there leading the charge every Sunday morning with a team drink and a smile.
Oh, boy.
And get your butts down to the Mercury Lounge to see the Jonny Mullenax Bluegrass Brunch. Here he is, Jonny Mullenax, doing his thing at the Mercury Lounge, live in Tulsa at 18th and Boston.
Roll it. Mullenax.
Man, wasn't that great, Mr. Eric?
Get down there and see him.
Man,
that guy cusses
boys
more than anybody I've ever seen.
Them kids are hot.
He works blue. I'll tell you what, folks. Don't doubt it for a minute. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it.
But we do have a message from Paul Benjamin. We caught up with Paul Benjamin recently.
Yeah.
Out at the river.
You and the sheriff's department caught up with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and the
sheriff's department. Okay.
And we asked Paul Benjamin, Paul, what is the Tulsa Sound?
That's what I'm always asking.
So he was kind enough to do a little interview with us. Here is that interview live from the Illinois River. Paul Benjamin on what the Tulsa Sound is. We're asking everybody, what is the Tulsa Sound?
Well, Tulsa Sound, more than anything, it's a vibe. It's not necessarily something you can point to exactly as the nuts and bolts as it goes together. People will just blanketly, they'll say it's a laid-back sound, and it's kind of this effortless thing, which it is, and it's kind of shared between the musicians that play it. But if you look at the Tulsa Sound pioneers, you would have J.J. Cale and then Leon Russell, and there was people before them, but all kinds of things that, between the two styles, you got every style of music by the time you've covered both of their books. Right. So, my favorite quote was from Jamie Oldecker. He says we were getting together and we were trying to play Jimmy Reed songs and we didn't get it right, but whatever that was the Tulsa Sound. Some of us were swinging, some of us were playing straight, but that effortlessly thing that kind of glued together is the Tulsa Sound. So you can't really point to one star in the galaxy and go, yep, that's Tulsa Sound. It's really the galaxy itself. It's definitely a vibe that you recognize but can't necessarily put your finger on.
A vibe, absolutely. We don't need this up anymore.
I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached the end of our show tonight. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being such great patrons. I know that only 7 people are watching. No, it's more than that. It's like
50. We have up to 47 viewers at times.
Well, I'll tell you, but that's 57 more than you'd have if you weren't doing it. We're plugging away here at the Tulsa Sound Podcast. We just love doing this.
You can listen to the Tulsa Sound Podcast on Spotify as well.
That's right.
So if you just want to listen to the Tulsa Sound Podcast, the audio version is great. Yeah, it's hilarious. You can catch the funny
sound effects on
that sometimes get overlooked in a video podcast.
Yeah, like the sound effects.
Absolutely. I love sitting here with a man that hasn't had, well.
Here's the problem, Oscar. We didn't have the audience tonight in the house because they couldn't get in the building because the streets were blocked off by the police because of the poop bomb.
Threat of lesbian poop
balloons. But in reality, we have had a great time tonight, and I hope that you've enjoyed our program. A lot of great things. That farmers market spiel, your farmers market photo spread was great.
How about that performance from TomPevar out at the Tulsa Farmers Market?
How about
gospel number from him? That was wonderful.
So anyway, folks, we want to once again remind you, because if we don't, we're going to go right down the crapper. Well, Hashioka Sunday, June 30th.
Sunday, June 30th.
Start off
Tulsa. We know you buy tickets on the walk up. We know on the day of the show you guys are going to turn out.
That's lame.
So we hope to see you there on that day. Come join us. Charlie Red just got done playing with Morris Day and the Time last night. So fresh from his show with Morris Day and the Time, Charlie Red will be on stage at Hashioka. And come out and see him I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited about
I'm getting excited.
I really am.
Too. And
I really am.
So we're going to have a great time. But so our next show will be coming to you after Hashioka. We're going to have a lot of footage. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to have some fun time breaking that show down for you, doing deep dive.
Then next month we do the Oscar Woodstock flashback episode.
That's right. The Oscar
Woodstock. It's not going to be easy.
No.
So it's going to be kind of a
Oscar
serious
will be
subject.
bringing in a special
we have a special
guest.
Associate. We have a mental health expert
who's going to help
here on set with us.
It's going to help Oscar.
Many of you don't know that I was a staff member at Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
And I survived it, and I lived through it, and I suffer a little bit of PTSD and some trauma from it. So, not to dampen the mood of things, but we will be going through that. And join us again on the Tulsa Sound Podcast. I'm Oscar Padron.
I'm Mr. Eric. God bless you all. We'll see you next time around. Here comes the air conditioner. It's Saturday night. Let's hit the street.
Thank you.
Awesome.